just underlined some of the main things that the children said, okay? This first person, nothing good. The school have lots of fights and violence. I was told that they had smoking and that people only come here to look for boyfriend and girlfriend. They don't care about schoolwork. School has a lot of fighting. People come here to find boyfriend and girlfriend and not for an education. And these are different children, and who are they hearing this from? They're hearing it from their parents, their friends, their families. They said it in their writings here. Sexual interaction. So I went to learn how to fight because I need to protect myself, because I hear there are plenty violence. And I was most shocked when I was assigned to this school. I cried. I was so disappointed. I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. But they make me come here, and my parents applied for a transfer. God knows I wanted a different school, but now that I'm in the school and I've met my teachers, I don't want to leave. When I first heard my SCA results, shocked and unhappy. I just couldn't believe it. They actually had to revive me. Now this is what you hear the children saying because of what their parents and their friends would have told them. There is one that I did not bring for you because I thought it was a little too deep. I told Miss I wasn't going to share it with you. But I think we need to understand just what we're dealing with. On that transfer request, the parents put, when my son was assigned to that school, he said he would commit suicide. I say they're really going far. But basically that is what they are all like. They first started off very shocked, sad, disappointed, everybody telling them how we are going to manage in that school. As I said, one girl went to learn how to fight to protect herself. Our school is only about sex because we are about boyfriend and girlfriend. There's no education because the teachers are not good. The teachers don't do anything. When the outside is labeling us like that, and then we come in here and we know what we were dealing with before, and sometimes old perceptions stay in your mind, and they go, them trying to able. That is why we keep saying, let us get ourselves out of that and start thinking positives. Because then we end up labeling the children. And we end up stagnating them and keeping them down. We're not doing the things or pushing them the way we should. Our children have changed. How have they changed? When we look at our SCA not SCA, our results. Now, when I was doing this with my professors, they drew something to my attention that I didn't even notice. I'm drawing it to your attention. Look at 2017, 2018. That is your efforts, you know. Because they asked me, Lisa, are those statistics correct? I said yes, and I gave them the pass rate sheets. Because every year I have to do an analysis of the pass rates, and the HODs have to do it. Coordinators, you all would have to fall into, right? So it's like a double check of what I do. As well as I submit it to the ministry, and they do their own thing. You realize the big difference? Why? As I said, it's your efforts. It's where they are putting the SBA components. When they drew that to my attention, Ms. Grant Roberts, because we were trying to figure out, after they drew it to my attention, they asked, so what are you all doing to have that big increase? You all need to find out what you are doing so that you can share it with others. And when we sat down and we looked at it, we realized, running behind the children, SBAs that they now have to submit, and we're damn hard, it's like pulling teeth, but you all have been doing it. And with better grades in the SBAs, their pass rates went up. So, again, these are children who got 5 or more passes, math and English included. And you see 2017, 2018, we have been doing much better. because you are the fantastic teachers who have been showing them the way. We don't get the 90 plus children, so they don't come into us with 90 and 96 and 97. As I said, we're on average 50 to 59, but we bring them up. Unlike the prestige schools who get the 90 and 96 and all these other things. But while a few children will excel, the majority get lost. And they go down rather than go up, but nobody is looking at that. They're just looking at us because we were junior secondary and talking bad. So we have to let them outside there know, yes, we have changed. Yes, we are getting better children, but we are also making the effort. We are doing what needs to be done. When I was speaking to someone and they were talking about choices for SEA, that's why we have to rebrand the school. The primary school teachers literally tell the children, don't go down that school, because we ain't good enough. They see, and they do it for the high achievers. They would put it down for the low achievers, but not for the high achievers, even if they living across the road. And they're within our range. They will never put us as a choice. I'm not saying put us as first or second choice, because we all know how it stands. We all have children, nieces, nephews, everybody like that. But they would not even put us down as a third or fourth choice. You had to be assigned here because you were zoned. As far as they're concerned, that is how it's supposed to be. So certain children from certain schools, when I get that SEA printout, I can tell you who is going to apply for a transfer, depending on what schools they're coming from. Because some people will say, my child went there, I paid for my child to go there, my child went into this good school, whether it's Newton or wherever. My child is not going to Belmont Secondary. My child deserves better. So what some people did this year after Minister Garcia made his announcement, if you are under 13, you can repeat. They preferred to repeat rather than send their child to school with their friends. And you know what? I saw some repeaters from the year before, and I'm sorry to say it like this, I laughed. It means the child lost a year because the child passed for Belmont Secondary. You go and you repeat, you pass back for Belmont Secondary. You have no choice. Then some of those same people, some of the people I read out here for you about school and the score, and my child deserves better, and location, and they're going to relocate because they don't want to be assigned to Belmont Secondary. And yet the children in the endings of their writings, and Ms. Singh and Ms. Mills can probably corroborate, they said they were very happy they were here now. One child said, my parents better not try to transfer me. I am not taking it. We have changed it inside of here. We have to change the perceptions outside there. So, to do that, as I said, communication. Now, we know Trinidad and Tobago is a lot of word of mouth. But digital communication is also the in thing. I'm sorry, I'm not techie. That is why we have Ms. Dillion and the tech ed people helping me now. So we are looking at forming certain things. We're looking at using the digital methods of website, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Ms. Dillion included a few others, Instagram and Twitter. And then what I said was, we cannot just look at this because I have to be realistic. There are some people who don't have access to internet, etc., just like we are having internet problems here. So we are looking at also the traditional methods, the phone calls, notice boards, newsletters, handout brochures. So we have to look at all those sorts of things, and everybody has to be involved. So this is how we are going to change the image of Belmont Secondary. If we want to change anything else, whether it be the name of the school, whether it be the colors of the school, we have to give the ministry a very good reason to support us. So the first thing we have to do is to change the perceptions of outside there. Now in the ministry, some people's perceptions have already changed, but they're not saying. We are not advertised. We are like a silent secret. Because when Mr. Kendall John from the SS office calls me, he will tell me XYZ. Miss, everybody talking about your school, and it has some real good children who want to transfer across to your school, and we are now understood to be a school that's not just taking any and everybody. Of course, people will slip through. But what we are doing, and they tell them that even in the school supervisor's office when they're sending them across, they will not be accepted unless we meet parents. Parents are interviewed with the children, and we have to get reports. Well, we're adding on that part now where we have to get reports from the old schools. But the SS3s themselves have started elevating their outlook of the school, and they're letting people know the school has changed. So, WhatsApp groups and short messaging. Different aspects in that we're getting it from the PTA. They've started their WhatsApp groups. Some of you have your WhatsApp groups with your children, so that we are in constant communication with parents, and we have to let them know what the school is doing. If an event is coming up, and even if they are not supporting now, we have to keep them informed so that at some point in time they will come on. We're not going to get an instant change. Facebook. The group that is now supporting the school from junior secondary days, all of them are very successful. They have actually registered themselves as a non-profitable organization, as a 3B3. They have started a Facebook page. They came and they supported us for sports. They're the ones who are supporting us with the barbecue. And I thank them greatly for that, because when I thought, because when people do things, they expect to get a lot out of it, right? So I thought the profit would have been like a 40 for us, a 60 for them, or 50-50. No. 65% of the profit will be given to the school to help enhance the environment, and they will be taking 35. And they have other things that they wish to do with the school. They are located locally as well as foreign. So if we need things to come down, like when we have bazaar time and all these things, and we need all those stuffed toys and all those things, they are willing to buy and send, because everything in the States is kind of cheap. $1 for something, which is $7, or whatever the case may be. They are willing to support any venture we have. They have registered themselves. So they will have their Facebook page. Our students who are on my PLC, which is the Professional Learning Community, they will be forming a Facebook page. We, as a school, will be forming a Facebook page. So we're going to have ourselves outside there digitally. We are also going to form a website because it stands alone. Yes. It stands alone, meaning what, miss? That it's all our achievements that we will be advertising to the rest of the world, and we don't need anybody on Facebook or Twitter or whatever to add to that site.
It not only stands alone, it can link. It links,
Oh, it can
everybody
link as
links,
well.
yeah.
Right. You have to excuse me, I'm not
Not a
techie.
problem.
I don't have Instagram and Twitter here because, as I said, I'm not techie. I didn't think about it. But people are coming onto that focus group, and they're showing me different avenues to get our message out there. Brochures. What do we need to do? We need to do a small brochure giving our options, academic and non-academic, to give an idea of how well we are doing in CSEC, to give a little history of the school, and do a little brochure that is easy to read, and send it out to our feeder schools, so that the parents and the teachers will change their perceptions of Belmont Secondary. So we still need a group to help us focus with that. Visuals and banners. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago love word of mouth, but we also like to see things. Our community members, including our counselors, have come on board with this. They actually have us up on their Facebook pages, etc. And what they're doing, one of our counselors, because he has association with all the business peoples around here, they have been building us up. And with the visual and banners, they're saying that our successes, our Scrabble team, our parang, our footballers, past successes, they're going to be making posters of these people, and they will be highlighting it on the outside of the school. So for instance, Shannon Paul Ramsey, I didn't even know he has paintings at the Prime Minister board. I know he's very good at art, but the Prime Minister has his paintings in his house. He is willing to come and do a mural on our wall on the outside. So if we get really fantastic, our children, as they move on, we can start showcasing their work. Brian Benoit, anybody remembers Brian? Right. Brian, when he came in here, he was a remedial child, but very gifted with music. In 2015, he was selected as a youth ambassador 2015 for Trinidad and Tobago and represented us all over the world. He even has a little book, he has his own school, etc. in Canada. So he will be one of the people that they will be featuring in their village. The councillor Abdul Durham, he was also one of our successes. So he would also be featured. Kevin Stevens, right? We call him our cultural ambassador because he actually represents artists locally and internationally. And I'm sure nobody knows that he was associated with the school. The last Buju Banton concert that they had on Easter Sunday, he was one of the coordinators of that concert. And he is willing also to help the school any way that he could. Our people are willing to come back to help us change the perceptions that people have of Belmont Secondary. It's going to affect all of us. Nobody will any longer ask, why are you working at Belmont Secondary? It's time you leave. You should never go there. You should never say anything like get a gun when you go to that school. Or teachers who are here, because you all are very good, should not want to be taken by other schools and willing to go to other schools because you're happy here and you're seeing what you're doing with the children. We want this to be the family home for all of us, staff and students, where we will look at our children as they grow older and they become successful and be very proud to say, yes, I taught at Belmont Secondary and I taught Ian Sanichara and he is this now. We must be proud to say we work at Belmont Secondary. Just like they must be proud to say they attend Belmont Secondary. That is what rebranding Belmont Secondary is all about. Thank you for listening. What I need to know is, are we all on board?
Yeah.
Right. With the